Hey everyone, this is FinalRound and my name is Jordan. Hope you're all doing well. I know yesterday's video I didn't have the lines out and I just put up some matchups, but those videos sometimes seem to be some of the best videos. When the lines did come out, two of the plays when I'm filming right now have already hit, and it looks like Jason Tatum and DeMar DeRozan are going to come pretty close. They're on pace to hitting. So sometimes just looking at the matchup before you look at the lines and doing your research before you look at the lines really helps. It seems like those plays do pretty well, and they did well all last season when that's all I did was put out matchups before the lines came out. I think sometimes you look at the last 10 or something and you see that they haven't been playing that well, but even though they have this great matchup, you still just fade them and then they go off and you're like, man, I should have taken it. But I do have a lot of lines for Wednesday. There's still some that haven't come out yet. There's only one team that's on a back-to-back, and that will be the Chicago Bulls. They'll be on the road against the Charlotte Hornets. And big news for my Cleveland Cavaliers. It looks like Darius Garland will be making his return. So we'll see how that works out since they've been playing so well. They've won 10 out of the last 11 games. And now they're trying to fit Mobley and Garland back in. We'll see how many shots Donovan Mitchell, sacrifices, how many Jared Allen gives up, because he's been playing so well offensively. We'll see how that all works out. Just something to keep an eye out for. Before my picks, you'll see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. I'll have a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial. So I'm going to jump into this first pick. I like Mason Plumlee up against the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are not good against the center position. I know this has huge blowout potential. The Clippers have been playing great as of late, and they're going up against one of the worst teams in the NBA. This has blowout written all over it. But Zubac is out, and Mason Plumlee has stepped up as the center. I took a look at his full game points line, and I just can't gather the courage to really take a full game prop for a Clippers player, knowing that there's just such a high blowout potential. So I looked at his first quarter points, and I like his first quarter points over 2.5. We just need 2 baskets from him. The Wizards are giving up the second most points to the center position, and he's gone over this in 4 out of 7 games this season with Zubac out. But over the past 4 games, he's played 8+ minutes. So with him on the court for 8+ minutes in such a great matchup, we just need 2 baskets from Plumlee. And I much rather would take that than a potential blowout, full game prop. In my second pick, I'm looking at Wendell Carter Jr. of the Magic, over 18.5 points plus rebounds. He's going up against the Spurs, who give up the 3rd most points and the 4th most rebounds to the center position, and he's gone over this mark in 6 out of the last 8 games. He hasn't gone over the past 2 games, but this is still just one of those spots where he just has a really good matchup. And also keep an eye out for the backup center for the Magic, Mo Wagner. He's more of an offensive center. His lines are not out yet, but over his last 10 games, he's averaging 13 points and 5 rebounds. I normally see his points line come out around 12.5 or 13.5, and this is a really good matchup for him. He's been scoring around 16 points over the past few games. So 2 centers for the Magic to keep an eye out for up against the Spurs. And if you guys could you please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, and if you have a little bit of extra time, could you just leave a comment for the algorithm. You just put an emoji and it just tells YouTube to get that out there for more people to see. And thank you to the people who do comment. My next pick is going to be Kevin Huerter over 12.5 points. He's gone over this in 4 out of the last 7 games, and the last 2 games he's been hot. The Heat are giving up the 4th most points to the shooting guard position, and for whatever it's worth, it may not be worth anything. Last season he did score 27 points and 22 points against them. So I feel like this line is pretty low, and this is one of the soft spots for the Miami Heat. And before I get into this last pick, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. I know that's a lot of partners, but I do like all of these apps. I have some other apps that I have talked to, and I just didn't like the apps, but I like these ones. I use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. I'll match your first deposit up to $100. $100 and sleeper does up to $500. There will be links in the description that'll take you straight there with the promo code, and thank you to the people who use those. This final pick is going to be Mikal Bridges over 2.5 3-pointers made. He's gone over in 6 out of the last 7 games. He's playing against the Suns, who give up the 9th most 3-pointers made to the shooting guard position, and he's averaging a little over 9 attempts a game over the past 10 games. So he's really throwing them up there. In this season, in 1 game versus the Suns, he did hit 3 3-pointers against them. And if you guys would like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. There's conversation that goes on all day long. People bring in their research. The community has grown pretty large as of late. And I know my Squirtle Squad people have been talking in the comments. Guys, I keep replying to you, asking you what your username was. Just tell me your username and I will get you unbanned and you can get back in there. I know a lot of people get banned for small reasons. Just let me know and I can get you back in there. I can get the Squirtle Squad together. Just let me know. So it's a great community. I'd love to have you join. Also, it's free and I don't charge for these picks or anything like that. If you do well with them and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description. You can donate back to the channel, and thank you to the people who do donate. And also, like I said, for the Super Bowl, I've been talking to some friends and trying to get something put together. So hopefully you'll see that up in the next week or so. So I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate the people who subscribe when I do not have the lines, and I just put up the matchups. There's a decent amount of people that subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate that because I work a full-time job. When the lines do come out early, I can pick apart those and still find some good matchups. But when I get absolutely nothing, I can't do anything. I can kind of just guess what the lines would be, and I was pretty close to my guesses that I had made, and the players are playing great right now. So some people have told me that they actually prefer those videos when you don't even show the lines and I just put out the matchups, because those did great last year. A lot of people were making a lot of money strictly just based off the matchup, and then whatever the line came out as, they were just taking it, and players were going off. I know the last 10 games or how they're playing recently, it does factor in, but I think matchup is definitely one of the top tier factors when looking at how a player is going to perform. Obviously they can have really cold games even in really good matchups. That's happened plenty of times. But that happens. That's basketball. And for people talking about a ban list, I actually don't have a ban list. I have a maybe avoid for a little bit list, but can't ban every single person because every single player is going to have a bad night, and it just happens. So I don't ban everyone. I just maybe look at their under. If you feel like putting someone on a ban list, like Dylan Brooks last year, he fed families with his under all last year. He wasn't on a ban list at all. He was on a lot of slips a lot of times, and he hit. He was green. So there's always a right answer to every single pick. If you have your own ban list, that's cool, but I do not have a ban list. So we get this one out to you guys. God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.